2 words, Tyler Seguin. Shout out, Tyler. Just had a magical weekend with the guy.
All right, let's kick it off.
we have to start. We have to start with that. Wow.
The Smirnoff Ice didn't cock block me enough.
Have you ever? Were you saving that?
Oh no. No.
Yeah, Kilmer has. I think.
Was that a stinky one?
That was a leftover chili at 2 p.m.
That chili is the worst fucking.
Chili's
smell
a
I ever
really
smelled
weird
alive.
midday meal.
Honestly, man, living with Kilmer is like very, very easy. Stays out of your way. He never oversteps his boundary. You know what I mean? He's always in his own world doing his own thing. But
Yeah.
the fucking chili, 3 times a week.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing he
Does he do it 3 times a week because he just
Wow.
makes a big pot and just has leftovers?
No, because I
But
have
you realize
leftovers.
the
Yeah.
chili, like the stench that is chili, it just
Well,
fucking.
especially coming out of him.
I feel like it's in the couch after you cook it.
It's a masculine musk. for
Kilmer's
sure.
got like a top 5 worst smelling farts in the game.
Yeah, because he eats shit like that all the time.
Yeah. Well, it's you save a few dollars cooking that way, and that's just how I rock.
Hey,
and roll.
trust me, I get it. Maybe we just sprinkle in something else. Sprinkle in a few ideas.
And let's move on to current events. Oh yeah, we don't talk about current events, but there's one we should just at least touch on, even though it's kind of been already talked about and discussed in the media for weeks. Our good friend Marcus Stroman traded to the New York Mets. We don't have to talk about it too much, but I'm sure Mike, people want to hear your opinion about it.
He was. I mean, the dude loved Toronto, which is the crazy part. I actually went on Twitter a few times. Like, I didn't for a long time because I just wanted to stay out of it. People always find an issue with what he's saying on Twitter half the time, but I said it earlier. Like, probably like when we were on tour, I remember going off on a rant about it. Like, I just don't understand it. I can understand other teams. I can understand, he could be tough to play against. He messes with the timing. He's passionate, which is not normal etiquette for a pitcher. But he had a lot of people that he rubbed the wrong way in Toronto for whatever reason, especially in the media. And it kind of made the whole thing sour for him a little bit. So, as much as he loved it and he wanted to be a focal part of that whole community, especially when he came up and the team was so good, it really had a great vibe to it, but it obviously fell apart. For with all that said, he was just excited to move on to a new place and get a fresh start. The Mets were out of nowhere because I was talking to him a bunch and it didn't sound like the Mets were even on the board. So it was surprising for him, but at the same time, he's from New York.
Yeah.
So his family, that's talk about a huge lifestyle switch. Because out here, probably the only thing missing is my family. I've grown to really like it. All my friends are here. We have a great network of friends around town now. We can go and do what we want. Just not having the family is probably the worst part of it. Now that, he probably feels very similar. He can do whatever he wants in Toronto. He's got the sauce, but the one thing missing is having your family around. So now changing that really can have a huge impact on just his psyche and his vibe and everything. Having the family around 24/7,
yeah, it's huge.
It's huge. So overall, super excited he is, and he said he felt a little tired and both emotionally, I think physically, is a huge week. So he just debuted and pitched well, but he didn't feel like he had his best stuff. He was kind of off rhythm a little bit in the sense of normally you pitch every 6 days. Mm-hmm. Once you're this far into the season, you're in such a flow as a starting pitcher of your routine. And this was a 10-day break in between starts. So it was a little bit of a different, set of things to battle, but it went well.
I think New York is an awesome city for him.
Huge.
He's a flashy player.
Yeah.
And I think it can rub people the wrong way in some cities.
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah, because
what's a better city?
He shows up. The bigger thing out of everything I just said, he shows up every day, giving 110%.
Yeah.
He works hard as fuck. No one, if you ask any of the coaches he's had, the players he played with,
yeah,
they all love him because he shows up and he does it every day at the highest level he can. I mean,
yep.
It's just bro, baseball needs to evolve.
They're soft.
Baseball needs to evolve. The game is fucking boring, man.
Yes.
Times change,
Yep.
And African American, well-educated, smart, family oriented dude.
Charismatic.
But hardworking and
Yeah.
like honest. You know,
Great guy.
all those things that I just feel like if he were embraced properly, like he could be a really big part of the rebranding of baseball. Like they're trying. I know the dude's Nunes. The fucking what's the name of the initiative? Let the kids play.
Yeah.
Let the kids play. I know we know the dudes that do that shit.
Let
And that-
the boy watch.
Yeah, they need to let the boy watch a little bit in baseball.
They need to learn the same way I learned from my father.
But anyways, long story short, he's excited and he's ready. He'll be making his New York debut at Citi Field like in a few days, I think.
Oh, so
that's
that
gonna
first
be
game he
crazy.
played was
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh. It wasn't
Yeah.
in New York.
Yeah, it was in Pittsburgh. I don't know.
I think he's going to
I
bring the
just
heat.
like if I wasn't just get back from Cabo, I'm still like slightly delusional from that trip. So I would go. It's just such a long trip, man, for a game.
Well, anyways,
6 hours.
I'm excited to watch Marcus in Citi Field. I think he's going to crush it.
Dan's having a party.
And another side note, you're gallivanting around Mexico with Tyler Seguin.
Yeah.
Any funny memories? You didn't really talk to me about it.
Yeah, I'll probably have to stay off the record on the. But I mean, we had a blast. So Tyler's agent, assistant. He's a younger kid. Brett Valachek is his name, but he got married. It was a really small wedding. I've become close through Tyler with the whole kind of that side of his boys and his management, his agents and stuff. So I was honored to be there. I actually was. You're looking at Steve the Wedding Singer. I sang the Leave the Night On remix for like a party of like 15 people.
Yes.
We love it.
And I gave a speech before it. Supposedly it was magical. So
Is there a video of this?
yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Like
need
to
to.
the point where the groom texted me. He texted me on my flight back. He's like, dude, I don't know if you remember, because I was fucked up. He's like, I don't know if you remember this fucking speech you gave, but dude, I just started tearing up at dinner.
It was
Like,
incredible.
I guess I swung for the fences on it, but
Oh, jeez.
I need to hear
Hey,
the
you can't-
outfit's a hit.
you know, yeah, my outfits were crazy. Shout out Foley. Foley, this is going to sound bougie to you guys and unexpected, but it's not because I'm like lazy and I'm like, yo, go shop for me and give it shit. Like, I just fucking hate shopping. And you could tell I just don't really give a shit a lot of the time. So I had this wedding creep up on me. I wasn't sure if I was going. It was in Cabo. I was going to go alone. So it was like kind of a weird vibe. And day before, the morning before, the day before I left, Foley went shopping and just fucking knocked it out the park.
personal shopper.
Foley's really really evolving, but just throwing him tasks and he's just, yeah, that was big. Like that's gonna happen again.
Yeah.
That wedding outfit is probably the best outfit I've worn in a while.
Yeah, it was a big fit.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of it. Your mom posted it on Facebook.
She liked it.
She was so proud of you for how good you
I
look.
think she's shocked. She knows I don't dress. I don't fucking. She's like, where the fuck did he get that?
It was a really good fit.
And I love that I found out about the outfit through seeing
good
it on
call
your
with the
mom's
shoes.
Facebook.
Great call. The
Great
Common
call.
Projects
Yeah.
are fire. Yeah.
Sashi with the oop on that.
Wasn't crazy expensive either. It was, overall wasn't. It's doable.
So you reached out to fans. I did the same thing as well today about what they want to, their burning questions that they want us to answer. I think the number one question I get on tour is, how do you guys stay in shape from partying so much? That's the number one quote. Well, no, the number one question is, you ready?
Yeah.
Number two is,
By far. That's like 82%.
Number two is, where's the after party? And number three is, how do you guys stay in shape?
Yeah.
We throw up.
And I get it, people. We throw up.
Blue throws up. Blue
I
throws
don't
up.
stay in shape.
No, I don't eat it. We only eat.
You've
eat
lost
late
weight
night.
over the years, though.
Yeah, it's a
You used
fucking miracle.
to be a
Well,
chubby-
you lost the baby fat.
Wait, before we go on, you gotta get this guy is melting away over here.
Swing
He's
the
melting.
mic over to Dagoberto over there. A good friend, Versace. I want to say it's in the last year you've dropped, 75 pounds?
Well, I started it when we went to tour, and when we get back, I started working out like really, really hard, kind of. So it's been like 3-4 months, and I've lost like 60 pounds.
Is that how long ago tour was?
3-4 months ago?
No, it was January.
Tour was January, February, so that was
Like
like
6 months
seven
ago.
months
Yeah.
ago, six,
Oh,
7
so
months
that-
ago.
So there you
yeah.
go. Yeah.
So
So,
yeah,
7 months.
Yeah, it
It's
felt
been-
longer than 3-4 months.
Yeah, yeah,
So like in roughly half a year, you lost 60 pounds?
Yeah, I was at 350.
Sheesh.
When I was at 350, I was just like, this is getting out of control.
Yeah, you were a big boy. I was
It
looking
was-
at footage from tour today, and I was like, man, that guy
Yeah, he
was
looks
bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at myself in photos, and when you look at yourself and you're like, "Fuck, I'm getting fat," like that's when you start out. You know, you
I
gotta,
will
you
say the
Every
dude,
day of my life.
he's
You
he's
gotta start-
like I always say like, I mean, me and Versace always talk about Mexicans and just like the culture and how goddamn hardworking they are and like diligent they can be.
Yes.
Where like Americans will just be pussies about it and be like, I want a snack. You know, like he just fucking makes it look so easy, bro. We'll go to like 5-star sushi. You know, we go all the time. These amazing sushi spots or like all this dope food. Me and Blue will go and he'll just come. Even though he's not eating. Like, if I was in a fucking intermittent fasting diet where I could only eat,
Yeah.
I would never torture myself and go watch people eat.
I know. I
He
wouldn't.
comes. He's a sicko.
Well, I wanted to get into that. So tell us what you've been doing.
So it's basically you pick like a window of 8 hours, 6 hours, or 4 hours. But I just, since I was getting like way too fat, I was like, I need to drop lbs real quick. So I hit like the 4 hour window.
And this is intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I started eating like a little healthier, but it was mostly just like shit food, still eating shitty foods. But I was just only doing it from 8 p.m. to midnight. And then for like the first couple months, I lost like 20, 30 pounds. And then it started getting harder. So then I was like, I need to start working out. So I started going to the gym like at least like 4 or 5 times a week. And then I was like hiking. And then I saw the pounds start going down. And then, yeah, so now I'm
Dude,
probably,
he's like withering away.
I'm
It's
probably
insane.
like 60.
I'm going to
yeah.
need new security. I can't be bigger
Sick.
than my security guard. You're going to be a small fresh.
But ever since I was
a
like,
new trade. I
ever
mean,
since-
he has picked up a new trade. Unbelievable chef. Put him in,
Fantastic.
what is it, Master Chef?
No,
Or Master
I gotta
Class?
put you in beat
Masterclass.
Bobby Flay. I want you to fucking beat that pussy.
yeah. Oh, you don't like
Where's that anger towards Bobby
You don't
Flay?
like-
Because
you don't
no
like
one
Bobby
can
Flay?
fucking beat Bobby Flay, and
I
it fucking angers me.
Some people can be Bobby.
Like,
Flay.
it's very few and far between. Like 20% of people are beating Bobby
I
Flay.
swear, bro, he makes some of like I prefer some of this shit he cooks over like the fly shit over here in LA.
Yeah.
It's just better.
good
It's crazy.
stuff.
Yeah, Dago's
Remember that
just,
burger you made in Joshua
nuts.
Tree?
It
I mean, granted, we were fucked up.
may have been the drugs,
No.
but it was a
I
great
still
burger.
dream about that burger.
Nah, and I've had it here. I try
It's
not
like
to
Mexican
eat.
in me, you know. My mom's a crazy cook.
But I definitely think it's in your. It's like it's a little calling of yours, and you really like it too.
I love like food. Like I'm still a fat ass. Like at heart, I'm still fat. Like I love donuts. Donuts is like my favorite thing. I'll just like Krispy Kremes. I'll have like dreams of Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yeah,
all
I
the
see
time.
your Instagram story, and it's just pictures of donuts.
Yeah, it's like that's what like I crave the most, and I'll have a couple like once in a while, but not too much because I'm trying to cut everything out. Like sugars is like the worst thing you can eat.
Yeah.
because it turns into fat.
Yeah, bro,
like,
you're crushing it.
you know what I mean?
You're
Just-
absolutely fucking crushing it.
So and like now I'll see like he said we'll drive past like some of these restaurants that are like shitty for you, and like I don't even like crave them anymore. You
Yeah.
know, the only thing I crave is like donuts and ice cream.
Yeah.
But like I'll have a little bit. When I used to go to like a spot and get like let's say an ice cream cone, I'd get like the biggest one. A milkshake, I'd get like the largest one.
Yeah. Now you're
So now
scaling back. Baby.
now it's just like a little bit. It's just so I can taste it and try it out. So
Portion size is a crazy.
just the tip, just to see how
Yeah.
it feels.
Just
It's a
the tip.
crazy. It really is. I mean, we'd always talk about it because me and Blue like. I feel like we're constantly trying to lose 3 to 4 pounds. Been trying to do it for fucking as long as I can remember.
That couldn't be more accurate.
And me and Blue are probably the funniest. If you were to like watch us over the like, we always have these like it's just an ebb and flow of like ideas and things that were gonna help us. And the thing
Tender
is, we
greens,
we
the hill
fucking
runs.
rage though. So
Yeah.
like the thing is like, bro, if I were to cut alcohol out,
Oh, forget
you're
about it.
fucking shredded, bro. Like, there's, I just sound like an asshole. But like, think about it. We fucking like there, 2 nights a week minimum. I'm consuming like I don't go just drink like 5 beers, bro.
No.
It's like.
No.
That's the hardest part.
We can't.
for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a
We
shit
do, and we
show.
just if
Massive
we do
shit show.
party because we're not doing it like out in LA. People are partying 4 or 5 nights a week, especially artists.
Yeah.
Most people party while they work all the time just because that's the vibe, you know. For me, weed has been huge. Like I'll be a huge advocate for weed for everybody. It's just about understanding like what you're trying to accomplish when you smoke too. Like I was like there's times where I smoke and I'm like, oh, I want to get high as fuck and watch something. And then, I feel like if you smoke with an intention to like, for me, it's like really a cool creative unlock for me over the years, but it wasn't when I started. So like for the people at home, like people would chirp me and be like, stop smoking, bro. Like, like I get it. Cause I used to feel like, oh man, I smoke. I don't want to do shit. And I want to fucking go like be alone somewhere, like when I first started. But now, bro, I can't. I mean, I smoke every day.
Yeah.
And it's like it's an unlock for me creatively. I don't wake up and smoke. He smokes too much in my opinion. But like, you know, at the same time, like once I get through that side of my day, I wake up, I have a very business minded first half of my day.
Yeah.
You know, and then the artist side of me comes out around when the sun's going down. You know, like I'll start smoking then. You know, I'm no more thinking about fitness or business really.
Does it affect your cardio? You feel it in the chest?
I don't even allow it to affect
Yeah,
it.
it's
Granted, I
actually
don't.
scientifically proven to make it better if you like, because you're smoking, your lungs are actually getting stronger. 'cause
I don't
you're
know about that.
No, it is.
It's
Someone's
like
got to
cigarettes,
check that.
No,
It's
Joe.
like cigarettes.
I mean,
Joe
blunt's
Rogan
definitely
did, like,
not.
a whole thing
Blunt's
on it.
definitely not. Though.
Oh no, but like it's like your actual lung capacity strengthens if you're smoking and working out.
Really?
I mean,
yeah,
bro,
'cause
it
think
doesn't.
about it.
It doesn't
Your lungs
affect.
are working harder.
It doesn't
That's
affect my
incredible.
cardio
Foley
at all.
can run a mile in less than 6 minutes.
But I
His
think I
lungs are
could.
insane.
If my back wasn't hurting, I think I could.
Yeah.
For sure. Like I don't. What
My
I'm
knees
saying is
definitely
when I do cardio, it's not my breathing. Like I'll be sweating. I think I sweat more than I used to, probably because I have more toxins. You know. But I don't feel like, you know, like I'm like my lung capacity is way more dense than it used to be. It's not the case.
Yep.
What the fuck were we talking about today? Sleep,
Sleep, yeah.
bro. Fuck, the guy's name Matt Walker, I believe. Bro, I've been watching this dude's TED Talks on sleep, and I got a homie here that has sleep apnea who chooses to remain unnamed, anonymous. Has sleep apnea, and like, bro, he does not get to like the alpha state of sleep. He doesn't get, and like for everyone at home who feels like their energy isn't what it's supposed to be, or they're even like just more sluggish or not as like energetic in their head, like their ideas, not retaining things, you know, bro, it's sleep. There's so much data, and big business doesn't want you to know because they're fucking making billions of dollars off people that can't sleep. It's prescription pills.
Yeah.
They don't want you to, like, bro, it's just about like, it's the same as like why they don't really want you to know about what your psychedelics can do for you in proper dosages. Can really heal a lot of shit. They're starting to fucking prescribe Molly for depression.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Small doses. Ketamine, which, you know, these are class 1 drugs that I don't even know if I'm fucking that up, class whatever, but they're the class that's considered like zero benefits, pure harm.
I'm feeling a little depressed right now, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't. What do you mean?
I could use to go for some Molly.
I do know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, no, I mean, it's just like, dude, it's like the societal constructs of like what our parents think about this shit. You know, like my parents just kind of grown to understand, like, yo, listen to what I'm saying, because I've just gone on to live more shit than you guys got to experience, you know, in a lot of capacities. So they start to adopt, and like they don't. What's the Wayne Dyer quote? The fuck is the quote? It's be open to everything and against nothing.
Yeah.
So like it's just
don't expect.
no.
Yeah, don't.
No, but either way, it's about just the open-mindedness towards these like drugs. I mean, Joe Rogan does an amazing job of like capturing this and bringing on experts to talk about this shit. But I've gone down that rabbit hole completely, and it's really crazy. Back to sleep though. Sleep. I mean, dude, I just have been like watching these TED Talks, and I'm like, I literally hate all you guys. Like, yo, you gotta watch this because it's really crazy, bro. There's there's something in your brain. I'm gonna mess up the name, but there's something in your brain which is essentially the memory box. You know, your brain is a computer if you really break it down, right? And this is like this is your inbox, and that shit fucking turns off if you were to not get proper, like if you're severely, you know, overtired. Like think about the concept of the all-nighter when you take a drug and you're like, I'm staying up all night because, you know, I'm gonna get through this test and I'm just gonna study and I'm gonna retain way more shit than I would have if I didn't take this drug, you know? Bro, without sleep, that memory box, it turns off. They've studied it. They have crazy data on it. It turns off so that no matter what you're retaining, you're not gonna, no matter what you're reading, you're not gonna retain it as memory, because it's the actual like functionality of that piece of the brain is to retain it, and it's inactive. It's like inactivated once you don't get the sleep and you're deprived of that sleep. So just over time, also another thing is like Like for me, there's so many times where like, fuck it, I'll catch up tomorrow. So I'll pull an all-nighter and work, and then I sleep the whole next day. It doesn't work like that. It's not like you can catch up on it. Those hours are lost, and like the functionality of so many things in your body are now never going to be as good as they once were.
So
It's really crazy.
So how should people be sleeping?
I mean, it's a minimum of 8 hours, and
8
you have to
hours.
do it. There's just, he talks about tons of things, but there was one really cool point where there was a question asked, and they're like, all right, so what would you say I can fix? And he basically was saying, like, your place of your bed, do not go in there and wait around. Do not go in there and go on your phone. Don't go in there and watch movies. This is if you're in insomnia, you're having problems with it. Because your brain associates that place with being on your phone. There to watch a movie, there to wait around. So if you stay, like, I don't even go into my bed, like, I don't watch TV anymore. I mean, I used to watch TV when I had a girl because it was like the vibe. But now I just work until I fucking barely keep my eyes open, and I just go and I go right to sleep. And it was really mainly because I saw this guy talk about it, and he's like, your brain will then begin, once you lay down in that bed, if it associates, there's a routine there that, like, yo, when I get in this thing, I go to sleep, you know, and definitely turn off the TV. There's so many things. I was just talking to Tyler about this weekend. Like, me and Blue are on this wave heavy. There's certain frequencies in sound that create serotonin, happiness. You know, there's certain frequencies that create a calming effect, scientifically proven, like megahertz of frequencies of sound. Even if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go onto YouTube and be like,
Can you give us one of the sounds right now?
want to hear the
You
most
can
annoying
play
sound in
it.
the world? No, it's I couldn't. That's like
I mean,
out of
there's
the
a
realm of
million.
possibility.
It's a high pitched frequency.
No, it's
Or-
all different.
It's all
Like,
different.
There's
it's
like
all
millions
different.
of them.
So if you were to
Wow.
go on YouTube tonight, if you have trouble sleeping, you put these frequencies on, and you just put them on lightly in the background, but you sleep your brain does not turn off when you go to sleep. Your subconscious brain is firing on all cylinders. So if your subconscious brain is the entire night taking in this frequency that creates calming or creates, happiness, bro, I'll stand and tell you it works. I wake up in better moods.
Feel great.
I wake up in better moods.
You've been doing it?
Yeah, I do it every day.
You've been hitting the frequencies?
Every night.
Blue,
Yeah.
what do you Google to find the video?
Just like meditation music.
Meditation music?
Yeah. Or like positive fucking energy.
There's
frequency.
a frequency out there that makes people shit their pants.
I think Versace's
Seriously?
been listening
Yeah.
to that one.
Is that serious?
It's called the brown note.
Dude, that's hilarious. If like you do that on tour.
I can't tell if you're serious. or
Yeah,
not.
that quote, by the way.
Are you serious? It's a real thing.
South Park.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge South Park
It was
guy.
a South Park episode. I'm kidding. But could you imagine?
Yeah, everyone would be doing it to their boys all the time. It'd be playing in this house like 4 times a day.
We would have done that on tour for sure.
I wanted to vent about something. When we're talking about exercising, dude, there was like a very small window where we were going to cycling classes together at Soul Cycle. And man, those were some good times.
They were.
I still continue to cycle in cycling classes. I know you
You
guys.
want to know the difference? I'll tell you the exact
I know what
difference.
the
I know
difference
this.
is.
You have a girlfriend and I don't.
Yes, exactly.
That's why you're still in cycling
I'll
class,
t-
and that's why I'm
I'll
not.
tell you though, like I enjoy it. I enjoy it, man.
That's the only X's and O's we got in that play. It's it. But yeah, no, I do enjoy it, and I would go.
Yeah, just
Blue's
like
a pussy about it. Versace maybe would come. I think. Maybe I got a new friend in Versace that I could do this
it's
with.
like a chick thing to do. I get it, but man, it's good times.
I'm not against it at all. There's a good amount of guys in there.
There's some guys.
There's a good amount of guys. It wasn't like me and like 30 girls. It was like 10 and 20.
The one down the street that I've been going to, I go on Wednesdays, and like this is gonna sound kind of fucked up, but like I feel like I haven't really been getting my money's worth because the instructor, she's a little heavy set, you know. And when I do an exercise class, I want the instructor to be in better shape than me.
I kind of feel you though.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? I'm
I
not
do
trying to
feel
be a
you.
dickhead about it,
No,
but
for
like,
sure.
I do feel you.
you know what
But
it is?
you look like a fucking.
I look like I could
You
be
look
in,
like you work at Equinox, West Hollywood.
I could be in a cycle. I could be in a, yeah, I know. I look like I teach Taibo
the
classes.
Kelly Clarkson shirt doesn't
John,
help
you know
either.
that the gym that we go to, if you get there at 7:00, there's free cycling classes.
I
But
know.
You wake up at like 10. And you're like,
I don't wake up at 10.
You lollygag
Pretty
around.
early, Roger.
Yeah, but if you
He's up
go
within,
at
like,
7
a
in the
couple
morning,
hours
they
from
have
now.
free
You do
cycling
that.
classes.
I know. I feel you. I mean, I like this place, and I'm not trying to be mean, but
Yeah.
I get, you know what? I get the same feeling when I'm at the supermarket and there's like the kid with special needs like bagging groceries.
Yeah.
And he does a shit job and puts like the eggs at the bottom and they all get crushed. But you're like, oh, you're out here grinding, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel in this class with this instructor.
Yeah. So how is she a repeat instructor?
Like
You've had her a bunch?
17 minutes in, she's huffing and puffing, and I'm like, come on, man. Like, let's turn it. I'm paying $12 for this class. Like, let me get my money's worth.
Why don't you just go on a different day?
I should. I got in the habit of going on Wednesdays, and like I feel like if I switch, I feel like
But if you've been able to identify the issue, you should be able to adjust and fix it.
I know.
Like,
But
just go on a Thursday.
I feel like I'm being mean if I abandon her class.
you're talking about her on a podcast or a heavy set. I think it'd be nicer if you just
I don't know.
said, "Hey,
Open to
everything."
everything, attached to nothing. That's the quote.
That's the quote.
That's
But think
the
about
quote.
that.
Yeah.
Think about that to get off our fucking Soul Cycle. It's not Soul Cycle. It's actually another place, isn't it?
It's another place. Yeah.
Evolve Cycle.
Evolve cycle. Yeah. We're
Evolve
evolving.
cycle.
We're not souling.
Yeah, I never got on the Evolve Cycle
If
wave.
you're not if you're not attached to anything, you're not worried about the outcome, which makes it fun, and then you end up having a good outcome.
Listen to this guy.
Write that down.
That's exactly what it's about, though.
Write that down.
Because that's essentially living in the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If
What's
you're
the
if
saying
you're
again?
attached to nothing,
Say-
open to everything, attached to nothing. So there's no you're if you can't adopt that, you're essentially cutting the tension out of your life because someone else has a different view. You're just like, oh, I never thought about it like that. Like, you know, they're seeing it that way. I'm open to it. I'm at least. It might sound crazy, and as soon as they walk away, you'd be like, fuck that. That's not what I think. You know what I mean? But once you're rigid, like think about the times we're in right now and all the left-right drama of this is how I see things, you know, like politically speaking.
The extremists.
But like this is like Wayne Dyer would talk about this shit. He's like, this is how world peace is actually established. It's just at an individual level, but it transcends. As soon as everyone connects like this and everyone gets to this place of understanding, not saying I'm there,
Yeah.
saying I'm trying, just working in that direction,
Yeah.
you know, but open to everything, attached to nothing. It means like, even in with your relationship, you don't own your girlfriend. I don't need you to make me happy and make me feel fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
I'm living my life and we're helping each other along in our lives.
Yep.
But you go do and act what you want to do. I want you to be as the person you are. And if it brings us different ways, then that means we weren't supposed to be there. You know what I mean? We weren't supposed to be together. It'd be a force. That's why there's so much tension
Preach, baby.
within everyone's lives. Yeah, and dude, you're looking at someone who did like, bro, I'm not even close to that level of like being able to actually practice it. But when I heard that shit, me and Blue both were just like, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Think about all the shit that's going on, guns, and you know, the idea that like, bro, you're trying to say that you split people down the middle, 7 billion people or however many fucking people in the country. This is how I see everything in this fucking one rugged box, this one very rigid box of ideas and ideologies that, by the way, were established so long ago where the entire lifestyle of
Are you
the
talking
people
about
were
the
different.
political parties?
Yeah, I'm just talking about the left and right. Yeah, conservatives and liberals.
Yeah,
like
this is why I
we're-
don't vote.
Gun rights.
we're so much more. Like people are that. It's such a vague way of looking at being humans. I fit and like I align with all these ideologies.
The perfect metaphor, it was also a South Park episode where every election you're voting for a giant turd, a turd sandwich or a giant douche.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the Donald Trump Hillary Clinton thing
Every
was.
year. No, but it's every year.
Yeah.
I mean, Obama was tight, but
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
but like, dude. I'm not even gonna. We shouldn't even get into all that. It's just more.
Yeah,
so
Obama
like,
was tight. Obama was tight.
It's a general ideology thing where it's just like, yo, we don't have to fit in this box that our ancestors created for us way before any of this existed. We have new issues where new people evolve. Like,
Yeah.
you know, there's where we have to be open to the change and like, you know, less attached to what we think we have to be.
I agree. Yeah.
I'm glad we got that out.
About trying new like food, you can just even talk about that. Like we never even ate sushi before. You know what I mean? We were like thought it was gross. Now that's like our favorite shit. You know what I mean? Like trying new things. You know, try
Open everything
Versace
to
didn't like it.
Yeah, but
All Versace ate was fucking
It's a
steak.
general. That's what it's
Yeah.
such a general ideology, blanketed across
Yeah.
everything in life, food, diet, where you want to go, the people you get along with. Like, as long as you're open to everything, you're going to give yourself a chance to actually land where you're supposed to be.
Yep. I agree.
You just really never know.
We're very open-minded here at the Stevenson Ranch.
The Stevenson Ranch is open-mindedness like, it embodies open-mindedness, I think.
It's a free range ranch.
It is a free-range ranch.
want
And all
you
the
to-
animals are treated with care.
We want you to be yourself here at Stevenson Ranch.
Responsibly raised.
and maybe pick up a T-shirt while you're at it.
Ethically
Speaking of
raised.
Stevenson Ranch, this shit's so hard. Shout out Foley. I keep fucking spelling.
We just dropped these new teas.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Come on, I
It's
need
so
another.
hard, though. And these will be on sale, right, by the time this episode.
We're gonna restock.
We restocked. But this is like more so for the people. We got a good set of homies out here that like frequent the ranch, meaning like they all come here like cattle when they know like they're getting fed at a certain time. We didn't like none of us have talked all night.
And unfortunately,
None of us have
it's
talked
3
all night,
a.m.
but like they start
on a
like
Tuesday.
migrating in. Like you start hearing the door open, like we're fucked up and we're upstairs, and then like people start like the normal farm hands start rolling in for their duties, their civil duties.
That's exactly what it's like.
So this really was for them, but then me and I like turned. I was just like, yo, this is a fucking like merch line.
Well,
like,
the craziest thing is that there actually is
I
a
hope-
Stevenson Ranch in California.
there is.
Is it a place?
Yeah, it is.
Is it like?
I
Is
think
it like
it's
a
more of
city?
a, it's a state of mind, really.
Can we visit it?
It is a state of mind.
Is it a city or is it like a?
No, it's an area. I think it's an area
I
because
only know
I've
that
got
because I tag my photo Stevenson Ranch on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Right. But it's like a city or a town, right? It's not like a.
yeah.
Like a
It's not a house.
store?
Yeah, it's not a house or.
Okay, we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Where is it, in
I've gotten
Malibu?
DMs like, dude, I didn't know you live in Stevenson Ranch. My family lives there.
So fucking funny.
And I was like,
Yeah, we're putting
your
them
parents
on the
definitely
map,
don't live
baby.
at the same fucking ranch I
We're
live
putting
at.
them on the map, man.
yeah, we gotta go.
I think we have to go set up shop over there.
Let's just go take acid and fucking
I'm down.
crush.
go-
There's guarantee. I'll look at it.
We gotta
Ranch
start
Airbnbs.
to understand the locals at Stevenson Ranch and just
Need it.
understand their
There's probably some fire dive bars in Stevenson Ranch.
definitely.
I bet you there are.
Definitely.
The
I'll
other
look
hot
into
topic,
it.
I can't believe we haven't talked about it yet. Mikey released a song for the first time in a while.
Kilmer's the
Free plug.
Kilmer, you're like Casey Kasem over there.
And I'm Casey Casey.
Yeah,
Mario
don't jump.
Lopez.
Bro, but the crazy part is, man,
Back with
like,
the whirlwind of new music from Mike Stud.
yeah, I think this is a calling for you.
I'm John Kilmer.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
I would listen.
you released a new song.
yeah, don't
It's
jump.
been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. We you guys know we're cooking up something big. These records aren't the ones that are out aren't the ones that are affiliated with what's coming. But they're all like great vibes records we've had, and I'm gonna put them out probably. I'm gonna probably put out I'd say 3 to 5 more Mike Stead songs, and then Mike Stead retires.
And then what?
And that's all we're gonna say right now.
That's it.
You never know. You
That's
never
all we're
know.
gonna say.
You
And
never
then
know.
and then we retired at Stevenson Ranch.
You never know, boys. Yeah, we ride off into the distance at the Stevenson Ranch, and we'll see. But yeah, obviously, there will be more to talk about. But it's I'm really kind of excited to show you guys. We'll probably do a whole episode dedicated to it when the time comes. I'm just really excited to show you guys, like, not even what's coming, but like actually just to show you like kind of some of the branding we've done with the For the Homies stuff and just the stuff we've been hinting at, just to talk about it and like give the insights on it because it's cool.
We should go to Stevenson Ranch and like shoot a video of you riding off into the sunset on like a horse.
Foley's still at Stevenson Ranch.
Where
How
is
high
it?
are you right now?
I'm fairly high.
Where is
You're
it?
high as fuck.
Is it in Malibu?
Lance got the gas.
Calabasas?
Is this Lance weed?
Yeah, he got a new.
His shit's like almost a little too strong for me.
I mean, yeah, this is 2 blunts.
As I
in,
light it up.
fucking Smacked.
Before we go into our break, there was something
Piss
from
break?
before we go into our urination break, there was something from the last episode, Mike, with your parents, that made me think of something kind of crazy. I think I'm the only one in this room that's been to a spring break before.
Yeah.
Is that true? Full, you've been to a spring break?
Which is hilarious.
Yeah, that's so funny.
But you didn't attend like a college and then like go to a spring break.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I got
But, like,
like
you've been to,
paid
like-
to go shoot a spring break.
That's different though.
No, but like I've lived the spring break.
Where'd
vibe
you go?
Fully.
Yeah, so
Cancun.
Cancun, what was that like for spring break times?
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah. How old were you?
16.
Dude, Foley's been in the fucking heat since what? You're 15?
Since he's like 10.
Yeah, yo. It was crazy. Tomorrow is 8 years of when I shot that Mac Miller shit. That was like my first shit ever. That's 8 years ago tomorrow.
Oh yeah, no, that's wild. But like
Yeah.
a lot of people don't realize you were touring with Waka Flocka when you were like what 15?
Sure
This
was.
is just the funniest shit ever.
Like if you're watching on YouTube, like look at Foley. Think of him what 8 years ago, 7 years ago,
7 years ago.
No beard.
before the facial hair.
Before the beard.
A little more baby
why I
fat.
have a
mean,
beard.
beard's
If you guys,
weird.
I can't
That
believe
tour
you guys
is why I
haven't
have
brought
a
my
beard.
beard yet, but it's fine.
It's Mike. Everyone knows
Great
your
beard.
fucking beard
I
looks
got,
great.
No,
yo,
no,
dude.
that's
I got,
fine.
I
Just
got,
now, what do you have to
ways.
talk about?
I got you
This guy
some
gets
Le
enough
Labo
compliments.
beard oil.
Yeah.
I recognize the beard.
Your beard's weird.
Fucking beard is weird.
Anyways, it's hysterical that you toured with Waka Flocka. when you
Yeah,
were-
it's great.
But you've been to a spring break, Blue. You never been to a spring break?
I have.
Where'd you go?
You never know, Steve. I'm not gonna tell you.
What?
I mean, we've been on a million.
No,
spring
you
break.
haven't.
I mean,
I'm not talking about
our
us.
license- yeah,
I'm not
that's what
talking
I'm
about
saying.
like Mike Stud business. I'm
That's
saying,
what I'm saying.
like
No.
Yeah, the whole tour spring break. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I've literally never been because
So-
I played baseball and
Spring
like
bre-
spring break was right in the middle of like I was right pretty much when we were getting ready to go into like the tournament.
I feel like it's mindset.
I brought up spring break because I mean I went to a small liberal arts school. I didn't have like your traditional spring breaks where you go to like St. Pete's or like where do people go?
Did you go to the Cape?
St. Pete's. That's where our grandparents retired.
No, the one in Texas is like Saint some.
St. Pete in Florida is like
Yeah,
fucking,
I'm probably no, I'm probably wrong. Or like
You're thinking about like Cancun
or like
and,
Panama City
Panama
Beach
City,
in
yeah.
Florida. Yeah, like anyways, I didn't have like those traditional spring breaks where like all the people go. Like my school was like in Long Island, it was like a Guido school. Everyone was a fucking Guido because it was when Jersey Shore was out. Everyone.
That's where you went?
ev-
You went to Jersey Shore?
No, I was in Long Island, but like it was
Oh
the
my
time when
God,
Jersey
even
Shore was
worse.
out, and like everyone wanted to be like the people in Jersey Shore. So all of my spring breaks kind of reflected that.
Wow.
So my senior year, we went to Miami. We went to the 3rd ever Ultra Music Festival, with like house music, whatever.
I heard some stories about this.
There's just one. I won't get too deep into it, but it was when we went to the festival. It was the first time I took ecstasy, and this is before the sissy ass Molly BS. This was like the real deal because it's cut with God knows what. Like you have no idea what it's cut with.
Little speed.
I wish I was a flying
You're rolling the
wall for
dice
this.
every time you take a hit of ecstasy. I don't suggest it. Once it hit me, 2 major things happened that I remember to this day. Like I was there. One, a guy came up to me and I shit you not, asked me if I wanted to audition for a Bang Bros scene.
I remember this.
He asked me very specific questions. If I was like a resident of Florida, how old I was, looked at my ID, and asked if I wanted to audition for a Bang Bros scene.
That's awesome. I can't believe you didn't do it.
Right as the drugs were hitting me. And
Probably
I was
like a figment of your imagination.
No, I promise you it was real. Like I wouldn't make this up. I was like, and I knew it was real. It wasn't anyone fucking with me. It was like real.
Right.
And I was like, so that already threw me off. I'm like, whoa. I'm
So
fucking
you
starting
just
to-
you just passed on it.
Well, apparently, for whatever reason, I had to be a Florida resident. And if I had been a Florida resident, you probably would see me on Bang Bros today.
I would've
Yeah,
been
Bang
the best.
Bros. Good times.
And
good
I'm
times.
fine today.
You probably made up for it.
Yeah, you definitely have.
And and then the second thing that happened, and this happens to me when I take most drugs, and it was too late by the time I realized it, but I had to shit so bad to the point where if I did not reach around and grab my ass cheeks to close my ass together,
You were gonna lose it all.
I would have
all
shit
over
my
Ultra.
pants. And
He always gets there.
I turtle walked all the way to the porta potties, cut maybe 1,000 people.
A porta potty at Ultra
Yeah, I cut
might be one of the worst places to shit on the planet.
Well, this is the funny part. By the time I cut maybe 1,000
Ten
people,
times worse after he was in it.
I got in there.
Yeah.
My friend was waiting for me. By the time I came out, I lost my shirt. The shirt was just gone.
I know where you lost it.
Did you
your
wipe?
ass with it.
I was about to say.
It's very possible that I used it
definitely
as
wiped
my
your ass
toilet
with it.
paper.
Definitely.
And when I got out, I could have sworn I was in there for like 5 minutes. My friend was like, dude, what the fuck were you doing in there? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you were in there for 45 minutes.
You stepped into the time portal and just.
So whatever happened there, it's a mystery.
Just chain smoking cigarettes.
Sheesh.
And I'm fine today.
All right, pee break.
Yeah, let's roll right into the pee break.
We'll be right back with You Never Know, You Know What I Mean, right after this urination break.
obviously have to address you guys drinking Smirnoff Ices.
Yeah, the fact that Kilmer has 4 Smirnoff Ices on his person.
I'm proud.
I mean, listen, you're gonna get chirped about it, but just stand behind it.
I mean, I tried
I have
everything
some bad
in the
news
game.
for you, Mike. I think you're going to want to lift up that pillow that you're sitting on. I don't think you're going to like what's underneath it.
Hey, as long as you don't.
I think it's. Hey, Kilmer.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, if he doesn't pick it up, well played. He's like, nah, it's not fair game. So he hasn't seen it yet. So he doesn't have to do
That
it.
pillow's going to
Give
have to
him a
come up
raise.
eventually.
Hold on. I'm drinking it.
Sorry.
He drank it.
There's none left. I needed it.
It's not even there. That's hilarious.
Yes.
Either way,
yeah, it
you
would've been
didn't
10
fall.
times.
That would happen. I go out of my way to plant a fucking Smirnoff Ice under his
He
pillow.
wasn't falling for it. Anyway,
It would have been 10 times
All right,
funnier if you
fuck
looked
me,
under
whatever.
there and it
Let's-
wasn't there.
That's really funny. It
Let's
wasn't
play
even
the
there.
fucking stupid clip that I arranged.
Blue fucks up the entire punchline.
Hey, I mean, I thought at this point.
Let's just pull
I
out. There's
wasn't
2
gonna
clips.
drink
I
it,
know you know which one that needs to go first. Go to the top and then
yeah.
then there's like press the green button. No, don't exit out the green button. Yep. And then the left one. Yeah, that one. Just full screen it. Full screener. Just full screener. Hit her with the full screen. The green button. There it is. All right, here we go. We all know what this is.
It's this shit-eating grin on his face.
There was a fan that actually asked for this to be played, so I had to do it. Versace shitting his pants on tour.
Like the fans didn't really know how to react. They're like, yeah.
Great.
Fans like, what are you talking about?
Oh yeah, this is great. Almost see Dago's pee-pee.
There's a 50-50 chance.
Look at his reaction.
There's a 50-50 chance that door was unlocked. I had no idea that door was unlocked.
No, talk to me, dude.
I'll be right out.
What happened? What happened on there?
Dude, people were fucking.
You wash your hands before you just touch your eyes until you get pink eye.
People were fucking jumping on it and all, and then all of a sudden, like one chick came up to me. She was like, and I was like, squeeze the poop out. Yeah, squeeze the shit right out of me.
Did you get poop on your undies?
Squeeze the shit right out of you.
To be fair,
jeez.
I shat my brain out for like
Yeah, I was gonna give
48 hours
everyone a little
prior.
context.
The context is crazy.
The context is crazy. So we were stuck up in Syracuse in a snowstorm, and we loved the food too. We were at these like
Fucking
little,
so good.
we were at these like little mom and pop like spots up there in Syracuse, and it was like really shitty and cold out. And we all were like eating at these spots, and everybody got sick. Everybody had like diarrhea, throwing up.
Like no,
Food
the
poisoning.
most.
Running outside, not
This
gonna
was
make it.
this
like,
was hands down the most aggressive projectile vomiting,
it was.
and it not only like a few times, like once an hour, every hour for maybe 20 hours.
Yeah, I had a lesser version of it. Thank God, it was probably like 12 hours of terror.
I threw my neck out sleeping off the side of the bed into a trash can because I literally would just wake up projectile vomit, and like that was the only way I was gonna make it.
I was
just
well, it
sleeping over a
hit
trash
me
can.
when we were in New York City, and I didn't want to throw. I rented like a hotel room, like I wanted to have like a nice night to myself and just like relax. And I didn't. And the second I had to throw up, I'm like, I can't throw up in this room. It's gonna ruin the entire experience for me. So every time I had to throw up, I went down to the lobby of the hotel, and just yacked my brains out in the lobby. And I had to have thrown up down there maybe 18 times
That's funny.
throughout the night. I
It's
didn't.
funny you went all the way down there. I would never do that.
I
if
didn't.
was
I didn't get.
drunk.
I didn't get
That's
a wink.
actually hilarious.
I didn't get a wink of sleep. So the people at the front desk just see me walk into the bathroom like literally every hour, going down to the
Down
lobby.
there, waits in the elevator, like blows, like whistles while it goes down. And then,
Yeah,
like,
man.
dude.
That was rough. Well, no, give it.
Why'd you go all the way downstairs?
I didn't want to throw up in my hotel room because it's New York City. It's a small hotel room. Like I didn't want to smell like puke. I don't know. Dago, let's not bounce around the real topic here. What like tell us from your eyes what happened.
I mean, everyone started getting sick. I didn't get sick till the
I'm
very.
talking about you shitting your pants.
What about it?
You goof.
So
what
basically,
about
I
it?
was in the pit. Mike goes out and he sings in front of everyone in the pit. So me and Foley go out there every time with him.
Yeah.
So I'm out there, and then a bunch of girls are just trying to get close, touching Mike. So I'm trying to push him out of the way, and then one of them grabs my stomach and just like
Get the fuck out of the way.
yanks me. And when she did that, sharded all over my pants.
And
So
I ate with you that day prior to that.
yeah, we had a pizza joint, and then
We had a pretty greasy pizza before
Probably
that.
didn't help.
yeah, it was terrible. So the crazy thing, after I shit myself, everyone knew me as the guy that shit himself.
I was
Like,
going to ask you about that, the reputation that followed.
like everyone would come up to the show and they were like, "Hey, you're the guy that shit himself, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess." It got so bad to where like
You started saying no.
at the time I was like using my Tinder a lot
yeah, you were.
during tour, and then
Oh,
you
no.
dirty dog.
I have nothing on
it
my
your
on my
bio?
Tinder. I have nothing that has to do with like any of you guys or
Which is-
nothing.
I don't know if that's necessarily a good play. It's Tinder. Just show them your cards.
no, but this makes it funnier, though.
But it just
Just,
so
like, take
it's just like
selfies
photos of
next to you
me.
sleeping?
It's just photos of me. Like it has to do nothing with like tour or anything.
yeah.
And I get a random like girl on there that she starts talking to me, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Yo, aren't you the guy that shit himself?"
I love
Yes.
that that's your legacy.
And I was like, "What do you?" I was like, "What do you mean? Yeah, like how do you even know this? Who are you?" And like, cause I have nothing to do with like
Yeah.
being on tour. I still have I think I have a screenshot of it, so I might have to send
That's
it to you.
that's how I know that our social media fucking made it.
And then another
Girls on
time,
his
I
Tinder
was at
just
a bar.
recognize him as
I was
the
at a
guy who
bar,
shit
and
himself.
some girl like randomly comes up to me, and she's like, "Hey, you're the guy that like shit himself." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess." So it was
I don't
crazy.
know if that's necessarily the worst thing. You just own it.
Yeah, you just
Yeah, I
gotta
mean,
own it.
I'm not like embarrassed. that I
Gary Vee
shit
talks
myself.
about this a lot. Just like, just accept and be open with your insecurities, and then nobody has anything else on you. But also, like, you personally know that weight is off your shoulders, and you're just like,
I went through that shift like a couple years ago.
Yeah, I
and
don't
it was awesome. It was awesome.
You're not cool unless you
don't
shit your
give a fuck.
pants.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I
On that
li-
note, tour was what, 6 months ago? My stomach's still fucked up.
it still hasn't
Yeah.
recovered.
You ain't cool
No,
unless you
that's-
pee your
you
pants.
guys got weak tum tums.
Yeah, my stomach's a mess.
I'm too fucking antsy. Like we need to bring up the next clip.
Okay,
I didn't tell
let's do
anyone
it.
about this. I'll preface it while you're pulling it up. We got back in contact with the lotion girl from episode 5. And her friend sent me a video of her partying, and we have to watch this a couple times. So just full screen it first. She probably doesn't know that this got sent to us, or maybe she did, but this is Lotion Girl ripping a shot and then pull the camera around
Is she watching porn?
watching Pornhub.
Wow,
I knew I love this girl, man.
that's special.
Where
Like,
is she? She's still in the house?
come on, man. Like,
I love that girl. I just love her passion.
I mean, I'm
and
sure
energy.
she was hamming it up for the boys.
I got
but come
mixed
on.
feelings.
What do you?
I mean, she's in an experimental phase. Clearly,
what you just? What was that?
As
Nothing wrong with that.
Stone Cold said today, she's in show business. That's fucking show
It is
business.
show business.
That is show business.
What did she just do? I didn't even see.
She ripped a shot with no hands
I mean,
while,
it was like,
while
it was
watching.
Like a cock and, it was like a. It
Is
was like
she
a cock
in the
and balls,
porn?
like replica
she's just
shot
watch.
glass.
She's just casually watching a girl on girl scene while she's ripping
watching-
shots.
But is she in the scene?
Debatable if she's in the scene or not.
I think it might be her. Is she
I
watching
doubt
herself?
it's her.
Is she the brunette in that scene?
2 girls, 1 cup.
It's too hard
Dude,
to
if
read.
she was watching
It's too
Two
hard to
Girls,
read the
One
title.
Cup while
Dude, it's
taking
2 girls,
shots.
1 cup.
No, it's not. Is it?
Pretty sure it is.
What? Hold on. What is that? Who's got good eyesight?
Fuck, this changes everything.
Are you sure that's 2 girls, 1 cup? Can we get verification? It only has 1 million views. I feel like 2 girls, 1 cup would have more views.
Yeah, because who wants to go jerk off on Pornhub?
Also,
2 girls, 1 cup.
Also, let's look at the ratio.
not.
Let's look at the ratio of how many
It's
likes.
lesbian dorm porn.
Okay, look at the ratio of how many likes that video has. It's probably like 85% likes, thumbs up. That's not going to be. 2 girls, 1 cup is maybe 1% likes and 99%
I never even
dislikes.
seen that, by the way.
Anyways, I was really psyched that we got back in contact with her, and
But did you? Or did you get in contact with a friend?
her friend reached out and was like,
Holy, same shit.
I mean, not really, because we gotta get her on the line.
I
We
know,
gotta
we-
get her side.
I want her dialogue.
She needs to call in.
I want
need
to
call
talk
in
to her.
right
Can we
now.
get her on the line? Not right now. I mean,
I don't know if it's going to happen this show,
in the
but yeah,
coming
next
weeks.
episode we'll definitely get her on the line.
Um,
I don't even know what type of person she is.
I need her to like Tony Romo commentary that
yeah,
that
yeah.
whole clip.
I just want to understand where she's at.
So what do we think? Should we take some fan calls?
I think we should.
I think she's in a good place.
Now, of course, we don't really have the technology still to do true call-ins, so I'm just going to be holding my phone up to the microphone. All right, here we go.
Steve, you're on the hotline.
Hello.
Hello?
Hey, is this?
Hello?
Is this oh, hello. Oh, hello. Is this Chloe? Is this Chloe?
Chloe, yes, this is me.
Chloe, hi, it's John Kilmer. You're on the air.
Geek.
Hello,
He's Casey
hello.
Casey.
What's
So-
new, baby? Thank you.
Yeah, what's up, girl? What's up, girl?
What's up?
What's up, girl?
Okay.
I've had a few Smirnoff Ices. I'm gonna pass the phone off. I know you have a question for Mike. I'm gonna pass the phone to him right now. He's gonna say hello, and then you can ask him your question.
Okay.
All right, 1 second.
Throw it on over. Throw it on over.
Oh shit, sorry.
Whoa.
I mean, I'm waiting for you to
Fucking
give me one
Randy
good
Johnson?
toss. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm amazing. Chloe, where are you?
I am in the Chicagoland area.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we love
Dope.
it.
Dope. Yeah, we do love it. Chicago. People. I was just on a vacation. I was on a trip this weekend. People ask some of my favorite cities we've been at. Chicago's up there for me. It's fire. It's like a bigger, doper Boston, which I like Boston, but it's dope.
I hear people. I've never been to New York, but I hear a lot of people say it's definitely like the cleaner, like New York.
Yeah.
I think Chicago. I think people-wise, sports-wise, food, like the demographic. I think Chicago's top 10. So,
I agree. Great
for
food.
sure.
Great food. Yeah. So what's your question? What do you got for me?
Okay, so I'm gonna, you're a human, so I'm gonna assume that this is a yes. I just want to hear your take on it. But
Yeah.
have there ever been moments where you've questioned maybe yourself, your purpose in your music, life? And if so, have you pulled yourself, kind of out of that mindset? Like when you're in your head, like how do you get out of it?
Yeah. It's crazy. It's really easy to liken it towards sports and the idea that like repetition, like there's a reason Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan. You obviously have your God's gifts, but like it takes repetition to actually improve, And I've realized that like with the diving into the power of the mind stuff is like, there's a lot that I can improve. A lot I can improve upon. I really don't buy in to the idea that people, this is how I react. This is who I am. I get really upset when this happens. And I have trouble eating, eating healthy, like all these things where I just kind of started focusing my perspective on eliminating doubt out of my psyche at all. And it's really not possible to eliminate it completely, but we have like legit 50,000, like every human being has 50,000 thoughts a day. So if you're in the practice of trying to control them, and like when you really the best way of doing it is bringing it into your conscious like thoughts. So like if you realize you're having bad thoughts or negative thoughts, you bring them into your conscious and just like, yo, nah, and then you correct them and you correct them and you correct them and they come, and slowly your brain is like a muscle or anything else. Like it will react to like what you're teaching it and what your intentions are and stuff. And I think that's been, like you said, being human is part of it. Like you have negative thoughts or doubts, but there's really nothing you can't teach yourself to do if it comes to the mind, and just it really takes practice and repetition. Like it took, I'm 2 years into meditating and I still can't do it. As much as I know how much it helps me, I still have trouble getting it done every day. So there's definitely a lot of human error in all of it, but you try to just focus your thoughts on bringing like I said, bringing it into your front of your psyche and just trying to eliminate them. Over time, you get better and you get better, just like sports, and you start, your brain starts, it starts eliminating them, and you start having less and less. And I think it really, like, I know for a fact, I have way less negative thoughts now, given all the shit that I try to do and try to practice.
Yeah. Like, do you ever feel like, we hear now just, speaking in that positivity into your life, manifestation. Do you ever feel like sometimes you just kind of have to, you could think something, but, like speaking it, then how do you feel like that maybe sometimes like brings that to life, for you?
Yeah. The thing with manifestation is like, it's so, we are totally invested in it and believe in it. And I definitely am. And I think that goes hand in hand with negative thoughts. Anything you think about at all is what you're manifesting. It doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. So if you're stuck in these ruts, like you're manifesting more of that. You're focusing on negative stuff and looking at the negatives of situations, and as bad as they are, if you let those consume your thoughts, then you're just manifesting more of it. And that's why like trying to eliminate your negative thoughts is so amazing for your life, because then you just, once you have more positive thoughts, more positive things happen, and you'll notice it. I've noticed it, and it's really like amazing. It proves to you, it makes it a lot easier to start doing it more because you actually feel the results. You start to see them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so just keep rocking. I mean, like I said, I'll leave. Yeah, exactly. I'll leave you with this. It's really like, if you can understand that even the negative stuff is meant to be, it makes the negative thoughts lesser as well. You know, just like, if you can look at it like, yo, this is part of my journey. Like, I know all the negative shit in my life that's happened ended up being great. If you can allow it and work your way to make it make sense. Like my arm injury or the breakup, or, going through hard things in relationships, I'm better for it, And if you can kind of get yourself to believe that, even if it's really hard, if you can, train yourself to believe that, like, hey, this is meant to be. Like, you broke up with the guy you thought you were going to marry. Like, wouldn't you rather know now instead of spending more and more time, and investing more time when, start a family and then 5 years later you realize it wasn't supposed to be? You just kind of look at it more like everything's happening for you. And then I think that really helps getting rid of negative thoughts as well, because you're just able to move on faster. It still sucks. It's going to suck, anything, but if you're able to move on faster, it's really like, it makes life a lot easier to keep going and keep elevating.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree.
Does it make sense? That was a lot. I give really long-winded answers on these.
It was a lot, but I mean, it's all very
dope.
Authentic, like genuine stuff. I feel like you always are very open with all of us, and I think not only myself, but just all the Steves and everybody, we could really appreciate that.
I love that.
Kind of like you letting us into your life. I mean,
yeah.
You've been doing this for so long now, and I mean, it's a journey.
Yeah, exactly. The funny part is, it's like probably equally as beneficial for us and for me. I know that being able to just share, just share what's going on, and I get so much great dialogue and inspiration from fans too. So many people with crazier stories or been through way harder shit, and it makes it all worth it, So for us, it's like second nature, because I can't even imagine being different or like trying to be, more like a celebrity about stuff. I just think that's whack. So I don't think that will ever change.
I get it. Yeah, that's just like realness and that human connection, like we need that as humans, like we need to connect with others,
Facts.
Whether it's like romantic, platonic, like whatever familial matters, like all that shit. Like we need that. So,
Facts.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Thanks for calling.
What's that? Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Next when we're in Chicago, we'll make sure we'll get connected.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. All right, thanks for calling.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Wow, what an answer.
Boom.
That's embarrassing that that's my ringtone.
I love that. It still is.
That went off in the supermarket once, and it didn't go well. All right.
Still have that.
It's coming from
2019.
Farmington, Michigan.
Having trouble getting comfortable.
Hello.
Here.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, it's John Kilmer. You're on the air.
What's up?
What's up, John? What's up, Steve?
Is this Mike?
That's me, man.
Is this Moose?
That is me, man. Yeah,
This is Big Moose.
that's it.
Moose, I hear you have a question for us.
Absolutely, man. So just, religious listener to the pod and just listening to Mike talk about this mental journey, he's been on. I just kind of wanted to know what he thought was the biggest part to that, and or maybe where the best starting point was for him. Because I know there's a lot of people out there who want to do that journey and want to evolve, but got no clue where to start. So I was kind of wondering what that was for him.
You're gonna laugh.
I'm gonna pass the phone over to Steve. One
Kill me,
sec.
gonna kick out of my answer because. What's up, Moose?
What's up, man?
It's Big Steve.
What's up?
How you living, bro?
I'm living good, man. Living good.
Where you at?
Michigan.
Okay, cool. Have you been to shows before?
I have not, man. They're always, when you come to Michigan, they're always on weekdays.
Yeah.
If I show up, I'm not going to work the next day. So.
I respect your diligence. My answer is like really easy, bro. I'm gonna give you like the first starting point. It's fucking get the 7 laws of spiritual success. Seriously, I've Like, I had someone from the New York Post email me today because Marcus is like going on record saying like that's been a huge part of his growth on the mound and his pregame ritual. And like, dude, he'll go in like and he'll read a chapter out of it like right before he goes to pitch. It's really an incredible book if you can just buy into the actual ideologies of it. But it was the first step for me, bro. I started like seeing shit differently, you know? There's really a key. It's like the whole key is like finding the bright side, and like if you can find the positivity out of every day or out of every little situation, it just makes everything start to work. Because your vibe, like, think about it this way, your vibes are like, if you're stuck in a rut and you're acknowledging that in your head and your vibe, you just got a negative vibe. You're walking around with a heavier vibe than you should. You're not gonna connect with people. People aren't gonna love to be around you. They might not even know why. It's just like kind of one of those things where, I mean, I was in a negative vibe for a while and I could feel that, you know, you just kind of feel that lack of connection and energy because you're, you know, the wave you're on is just, is not good. It's like a low point. And you know, like it all starts in the head and how you're seeing things. So it's like perspective thing, 100%. That would be the first way to start. Once you start, like even the shit that you're probably upset about, like even if it's terrible and I don't know what exactly it is, but there's always something worse it could be. There's always a positive thing. Like, bro, I start waking up every day. The first thing I do is like write down things I'm thankful for. As simple as like, thank God the sun is out. You know, not even thank God. Just like I'm grateful for, you know, I'm grateful for my friend's health. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my fucking arms and legs work. Like all that shit, bro. And then you really start changing your perspective over time. It might feel stupid for a while because it did for me, but it really started to make sense. Get that book, and then like also, bro, a huge thing. I mean, even bigger than that book in particular is like your input. It's basically like what you're feeding your brain and what you're feeding your thoughts and shit. I started changing that. That was a huge change for me. Instead of following Instagram models and world star fights and all this shit, this negative shit, I started like all on the shit that I'm trying to learn and get better at. And I follow that shit on my social media. So if I am on my social media, my input is still good. I'm still getting shit that's like helping my you know, my psyche and helping me go in the direction I want to go. So just like start changing the things you're consuming and start paying attention to your mood a little bit over time. You'll start to see that you're feeling better, your energy's better. And then like people, you start connecting with people more, shit happens, you know, good things happen. Yeah, watch the Joe Rogan podcast, get into that shit. Like just start consuming shit, start learning about shit. Joe Rogan might have an episode where he brings on this guy and you're like, oh, wow, I'm really interested in this. And then you go and learn that and you end up going down that path with your life in whatever way, you know, whether it's changing a job or, you know, changing the shit, you know, all that shit. But really it starts with like what you're feeding yourself. And, yeah, we were talking about it today, bro. Like, I try not to even watch negative shit, even if it's scripted. Like, I miss out on good shows because it's like a negative-ass tone, and I'm like, I don't even want to consume this, you know? It's crazy. I mean, that's a little extreme, but I actually do go out of my way to not, and it helps. So, I hope that helped.
Heck yeah, man. Honestly, I've been on my own kind of mental journey from college and everything. It started with me from reading, so it's good to hear you say that.
Mm-hmm.
Started just reading books, picking up books.
That's good.
The book about What's Your Why, and then John Wooden's book about coaching.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love consuming knowledge, and that's what kind of turned it for me. It was like, hey, man, I just like to learn and then turn it into knowledge that I can use to help people.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Then that can put me on my own path to it.
Exactly. It will start putting you, like, life will start putting you where you're supposed to be more and more, you know? You start feeling like you're right where you're supposed to be. So just keep doing that. You're on the wave. Definitely get the book I was talking about. It's by Deepak Chopra. And then just start changing the shit, like, even, right before you go to bed. Yeah, listen to Wayne Dyer. Right before you go to bed, go out of your way every day, right before you go to bed, to, like, consume something really positive. And that's, like, they say it's, like, the most important time in everybody's day is the last thing they consume and the first thing they consume when they wake up. And that's, I believe in that a lot. So start doing that. You'll start noticing a difference. Just give it like, a month's time of like actually doing it consistently.
Hey, thanks, Steve. Like I said, I work with kids all my life. I just want to say before I get out of here, but just keep doing what you're doing, man. This stuff is really cool. Giving philosophy and knowledge out in like a really real way. Man, it's what these kids need. They don't want to listen to the science and the this guy and the that guy. They want to listen to someone,
Yeah.
real.
Thank you,
That's
bro.
what we're giving people, man. This shit's awesome.
Thank you, bro. It's the last caller said that it's just as good for us. It's really fulfilling, and it makes it really like easy to stay connected with you guys. And like I said to her, I swear it serves me probably as much as it serves you guys. So likewise, Steve-O.
That's awesome, baby. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, guys.
Next time we're in town, you gotta fucking make it happen. Come through.
Hey, absolutely, man. I'll let you know I called in, and I'll make it happen regardless of work. We'll find a way.
All right, broski. Sounds good.
Hey, take it easy, Steve.
Later, bro. Boom.
Boom goes the dynamite.
That was fucking beautiful, man.
Putting it right in your bread basket over there.
That was beautiful. I was starting to tear up over here.
Thank you, man.
We're making a difference.
That's what we're trying to do, right?
Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk 6 years ago?
The law of giving. We'll end on this. It's literally what it is. It's like use the ones. So like even money, right? Think about currency. Like that they call money currency. Think about what electric currency is.
Yeah.
It needs to flow. It needs to be a give and take. If one side isn't taking and then giving again, the currency stops. You know what I mean?
Dude,
so
my favorite Beatles line, the love you make is equal to the love you take.
facts.
That was a good
Yeah.
one.
That's a t-shirt.
Yeah, steal that from the Beatles.
Yeah.
Let's profit.
I mean, John.
Let's illegally profit
John
off the
Lennon's a
Beatles.
fucking legend.
Yeah.
Who is?
And they were all on this wave.
Bro.
Yoko Ono.
Did you watch that shit I told you to watch?
You gotta send it to me and make sure I do it.
Beatles are so fire,
It's like me
dude.
telling you to read fucking Think and Grow Rich 15 times before you do it.
I ordered it on
Still haven't
Amazon.
done
It's my
got
next
the-
book.
I got the fucking
Still haven't done it.
audiobook.
Think and Grow Rich is my next book. I ordered it.
Everyone at home, read fucking Think and Grow Rich if you're interested in like making money and fucking going after it.
Yeah. It's a great fucking book. Well,
Shit was written. Put this in perspective, bro. It was written in the 1920s. It has never left the fucking New York Times bestseller list.
it's
never.
I want to
left.
say. I want to
It's
say
100 years ago.
I want to say it sold over 100 million copies.
Yeah, and still counting. It's still
that's
booming
absurd.
crazy.
100 million copies of a book.
It's still booming
That's
crazy.
absurd.
The whole idea.
Do they have like platinum for books and shit?
Oh, that shit is whatever that is. It's like diamond.
No one sold 100 million anything art wise. Like, have they?
I don't
100
know.
million?
But-
Units or dollars
No, I'm talking like an artist selling like a piece of creative work.
for that amount or that?
I remember I sent you
No,
guys
that many
all
units.
a clip. I sent you guys
100 million units.
all a text
Probably not.
of the
You know what I mean?
fucking excerpt of a book, and you guys all big leagued it.
I mean,
I ordered it. I ordered it.
Depends what
All you guys.
It depends what you call.
I'm the
art.
one that ordered it to the house. I'm finishing my Ozzy Osbourne book, and then I'm going to read that.
End us with a final. This is Sachi's final words.
The Bible is actually the #1 bestseller of all time. Just
Talk that
just so
talk.
you know.
Fuck you.
Let's end on that.